think about this, Hila. I'm gonna read it. First of all, it's like a whole one. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 11 paragraphs. So this is like probably a full on. Let me do a word count on this. In college, what was a good little paper, like 500, 1,200 words, something like that. It's like just a nice little write up. I look like a ghost. Yeah, I don't know. I just exercised. I haven't showered yet. I am very pale and ghost like. You guys want to see how many words? He sent me 781 words. That's a respectable. That's just a respectable write-up, right? So listen to this paragraph, Hila. I want your take on this. Hila's super into this Nxivm stuff too. Of course, he starts the email by saying, "Hi, I'm Mark. I'm Mark's older brother. I caught the second half of your interview with him yesterday." So you didn't even watch the whole thing? You didn't watch the whole thing? You spent more time writing me this goddamn email than you did. Just at least watch the whole thing if you're going to write 14 pages. I don't really know. I think in a way trying to signal that he can't be, he can't be fucked. And then he continues, he says, "I'll save my opinion about the interview for a later time." No. What do you mean a later time, bro? How many times do you expect to talk to me? "I'll save my opinion about the interview for our sequences of conversations down the road as our long, fruitful relationship blossoms." He says, "I'm writing because I've seen Mark go through many challenges. However, never have I seen him publicly called a scam artist on a widely watched platform. Not only is it dishonorable..." Bro, what am I, a samurai? "Dishonorable is plainly false," he says. That's the problem, right? That's kind of what the problem was, is this guy's never been called out. "That is dishonorable." Sure. I didn't even read the part about, I think he's a Nxivm, but go ahead.
So my thoughts about watching yesterday is, first of all, when you called him out on that, he did not like really argue it. Like, I feel like if I was actually sick or if I actually had Tourette's and someone had the audacity to tell me like, "You're faking it," I would be like, "Are you crazy?" Like, I would have so much energy about like, "Hell no, this is real. I felt it. I grew up with it." And like, he didn't. It almost seemed like he was like, "Well, yeah, you kind of caught me."
He didn't even try to engage with it. In fact, it seemed like he tried to move past it quickly.
And then also the other thing is like, if that's really
like, they're saying you're quiet.
Oh, like you showed on the website is like, "Do you want to cure your Tourette's, or are you tired of having it?" What was the sentence on his website?
I don't remember, but it was something like
a question.
Completely, you get, that's the gist of it.
So it's totally like made a career of this.
Oh yeah.
And if you actually did that, like, wouldn't you have a few success stories of like other people that happened to them?
So he made a documentary in collaboration with Nxivm. It's actually on YouTube, so I was considering watching it, where he takes a few people with severe Tourette's and cures them through Nxivm's. I mean, here, let me read you this paragraph. He says, "Finally, I witnessed Mark overcome his Tourette's. I saw his severe tics make a precipitous drop after taking a Nxivm training and working with the organization's leadership on his disorder." It's like, dude, you're riding their dick kind of hard there.
I saw his doctor's disbelief. Can I see that? Like, wouldn't it be such a big story if there was a doctor
that's
completely in shock? "Oh my God, Nxivm cured Tourette's."
So he goes on. He says, I saw him miraculously, precipitously drop after taking a Nxivm, and he capitalized every letter. He's putting respect on their name, training, and working with the organization's leadership, our dear leader. I saw him do more work over the ensuing months to overcome his remaining tics, and I saw his doctor's disbelief in his accomplishments of becoming a tick-free without formal treatment. His doctor, a neurologist, I'm assuming, who specializes in stuff like this, Tourette's and such, is like, oh, you fixed it. He's not like, yo, let me check this shit out. I'm a doctor. I want to... He's fixed. So I saw his doctor's disbelief. I also watched him find 10 other people with severe Tourette's who wanted to try to replicate his results. I saw firsthand nearly all of them overcome their disorder with only the help from skilled practitioners in Nxivm and motivation from Mark's past success to propel them forward. So he's really, in that paragraph, riding dick hard on Nxivm.
Yeah, definitely. He's definitely a part of it, but based on reading this.
He goes on to quote, he says about the documentary, I trust it was an honest mistake and that you missed the 2008 YouTube short about him, Tourette's, What Makes You Tick. That came out long before he knew Nxivm existed. I also trust you didn't watch my Tourette's documentary on YouTube that chronicled the journey of him and 4 other people overcoming Tourette's with Nxivm's tools. Don't you find you're just a little fucking hacky, bro? How you're like, and he's sucking the dick of Nxivm and Nxivm's leadership, who is now in jail. One of my favorite parts of that interview when he's like, Keith and also his co-partner, I forget her name, who's also in jail. I was like, yeah, they're all in jail, bro. He goes on, he says, yeah. So I found his warmness to Nxivm a little suspect.
I really couldn't stand how every time he was like, listen, I don't condone rape. I'm not for sexual assault. But I'm here to tell you this girl was lying. And she didn't say it under oath. So she was lying.
This girl
and I'll take this guy, Raniere, I'll take his word over anything. But this girl is lying. But
and all the other ones.
I hate rape, though. Really hate it. And I don't want to be related to rape. But this guy that they found guilty and they put him in jail, he's right. And the girl lied. Because it wasn't under oath.
Also, he didn't have much to say when I showed him the branding.
Yeah.
He got real quiet when I was like, he's like, why? What does that have to do with anything? I'm like, well, I thought we were talking about Keith Raniere as not being a rapist. Oh, yeah, he said, she's a little kinky. That was so good. He's like, listen, this girl, she's known for being kinky. It's awesome. That's awesome. But what's interesting to me is hearing his arguments in defense. You can really tell that these opinions have never been challenged in a serious way because he's doing these kind of boilerplate, logical fallacy defense. Like he goes, there was never money exchanged. It's like there was never violence. It's like, what are you talking about, bro?
Yeah.
That doesn't absolve it at all.
One last thought I had when I was listening is I wonder if anybody else noticed how much he sounds like he's trying to imitate Keith Raniere. The way he talks, he sounds exactly like him.
Yeah, I felt when I was talking to him that he was trying to do something with his demeanor, very purposeful and intentional with the way he carries himself.
It's the Nxivm way.
Mm-hmm.
It's the way they're like. So there's 17,000 people. It's like the way they pronounce stuff, and they think that if they say numbers, and there's a mix of I'm gonna say a few numbers and I'm gonna pronounce it a certain way, I'm gonna sound so educated, and I'm gonna convince you. It doesn't matter what I'm telling you, but you're gonna be convinced. It's that's probably part of their classes.
Definitely,
you know?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the one thing you hear time and time again in these documentaries is that Keith Raniere was like a
You
very,
know that it's Raniere, right?
I don't care. Yeah, apparently I've been saying it wrong. Keith Raniere
Yeah.
was a incredible speaker, very manipulative in the way that he could talk to people
Yes.
and persuade people, right?
Yeah. So manipulative, it could manipulate you out of having Tourette's. Boom.
It's titled, I like to make a distinction about Mark Elliott that I worry not everyone is getting. I know they're mostly joking on the show, but Mark Elliott is not a victim of Nxivm. He is on their payroll. He was the poster child of the cult and the reason they were able to trap so many people. His work with Keith was a partnership. It was not a mentor-student situation. They worked together to spread lies to convince their victims to join. Now, first of all, I should say that Mark has sued somebody, I think it was Stars, for something they put in their documentary. He lost, by the way. They did an anti-slap and knocked that bitch out. But not looking to get sued, I'll say this. I'm just reading this person's opinion. I don't know whether it's true or not. It's just their opinion. I don't think they have any insider information. It is an interesting opinion. By the way, I've been very careful about everything I say to him because we knew going into this that he had sued someone before. So I've been very, very, very careful to say, this is my opinion, this is my theory, etc., etc. But apparently Mark Elliott was actually a somewhat successful public speaker. And he was going on national tours. I saw someone on the subreddit say he came to their school to do an inspirational speech about how he overcame his Tourette's. And he had an influence and apparently a fan base that he was, you know, with all of his documentaries and stuff, started to involve Nxivm in his content. And so I understand where this theory comes from. Now, if they want to sue me, you guys know my opinion on that. I'm ready. Join the club. You know what I mean? What is H3 if he doesn't have 2 lawsuits at least? That's what I'm talking about. That's why he did not double down when Ethan called him out about saying the N-word, lying about having Tourette's, and fabricating a career as a motivational speaker out of it. His entire life is a scam, which is why he's doing rounds of publicity on behalf of Keith Raniere. The reason he said Dear H3 Highlights is because the message was likely a bot that went to every popular channel actively talking about Tate, fishing for anyone to respond to have him on their show so that he could show that video and hopefully lure in more members of the cult. This is a pretty compelling hypothesis, actually, because yeah, I think the hypothesis that this person puts forward is compelling, that he used a bot and was just mass emailing people. That's why he continues. That's why he just sat there and took the L in exchange for showing the video of all those FBI agents speaking in front of the green screen on behalf of the cult. I know I'm not saying a single thing that is new to the vast majority. I just want to relay it in case some people truly do feel bad for the piece of shit, or even some who might be enticed by his journey. It's all a grift. With peace and love, I love you all. There's no way that anyone, I mean, who the fuck watching that would want to go and join Nxivm? That'd be surprising. But that's why, kind of like, when he wanted me to watch this propaganda video of the FBI agents and all this shit. And that's why I was like, well, I'm going to have to play the music and the Subway Surfer and stuff, because I'm not trying to actually help him spread what I perceive to be propaganda for Keith Raniere. Yeah. If he's got one person he's succeeded, someone said, I don't think so. I really don't. I don't think one person makes up for what he just went through. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even realize, by the way, that Ian did this. He did the close up of Mark's face during the Subway Surfer thing. Oh my God, I was dying, bro. Oh my God, I watched it back yesterday. The part that I was laughing at the most
is cooked.
Let me watch it with you guys. Dude, when he can't close Zoom at the end, I was fucking dying, dude. I mean, does it get better than that? He could not escape. Holy shit, dude. I want to ask you guys, I'm going to do a poll. I did him the favor because he is somewhat of a public figure, and I want to give him a chance to change his life and, you know, go on the straight and narrow. I wanted to title it confronting Nxivm Cult member Mark whatever. But I know that having his name in the title of a video with this many views is going to follow him wherever he goes whenever you type his name. So I was like, I don't know if I should give him the grace of not putting his name in the title, or even if it is helpful to the title, right? Yeah, someone said it gave Carlos curing autism vibes. I totally agree. It's awesome. So my question is, do you think I should put his name in the title? And someone actually had a good take too. They say it just gives him more attention. So maybe that's the ticket, is to deny him the attention of having his name in the title. I don't know. But you know for sure when anyone type his name, this video is going to show up. Oh wow. A resounding no. That's very interesting. Didn't expect that, frankly. Yeah, some people are saying he wants that attention, so